guys, Dad TFP here, and I'm with my best bud,
Niagara TFP.
And as you can see, we got something exciting to share with you today. We have right in front of you the flag from the country of Scotland. All right, and that's the beginning. Look what's coming up. We got this amazing
map
of all the places we saw on our cool trip to
Scotland.
Scotland. All right, where should we start?
Well, we should first look at the map here. So you can see this is Scotland.
That's right. You have Scotland in the northern part of that island, and then you have England below it.
And then this is the map, the name of it.
And so you have Scotland, United Kingdom, because Scotland is part of the United Kingdom. And if you look at that cool flag of Scotland, and then you look below it, the flag of the United Kingdom, and you can see the Scotland flag is included in the United Kingdom flag.
And under the dates that we went there.
And that's the dates that we went there.
And then the key, you want to say what these are?
Yeah, so the key will tell you the name of the attraction, the number, when we went there, and then if we went there again.
Well, we saw it.
Yep, that's right, and when we saw it. Very nice.
Some of these are not in every landmark, which is why they have a star here. Same with the numbers. The numbers are there if the landmark is kind of far from the map.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that when you got a lot of things packed in a small area, right?
The first place that we went to that's shown on this map, because this is not technically in Scotland, and it's Heathrow Airport. We had to stop there because there are no direct flights to Scotland.
Yeah, that's right. So Heathrow is a very important airport from America to Europe, especially for traveling around the UK. And so that's where that was the first leg of our flight. Landed in Heathrow, and then from there we flew to
Glasgow Airport.
Glasgow Airport, that's right. Nice airport.
And that gave us a transition to our first city we went to in Scotland. So we need to first look at the hotel, Clayton Hotel.
So that was a pretty awesome hotel. What did you think?
Yeah, it's a very awesome hotel, and it's a riverside, so you can see the river from it.
The River Clyde! It was right by the River Clyde. You could see it outside our windows of our room. And there was a really cool thing on the River Clyde. What was that?
South Fortnite Street Bridge. This is actually taken from a hotel.
Wow, see? And that's how I said, nice view from our hotel. And that's a nice pedestrian bridge that gets you across to the other side of River Clyde.
And it's like a suspension bridge.
That's right.
And we're going to do the numbers now. So, number 1, that one is the Gallery of Modern Art.
So as you can see, the Gallery of Modern Art is a very beautiful looking building on the outside. Kind of a classic look to it. A very interesting statue in front of it of the Duke of Wellington. And if you look closely, you could see that he's wearing a traffic cone on his head.
It's not in here.
Oh, okay. And so one of the things that is now part of Glasgow tradition is the statue in front of that building usually has a traffic cone on it because it's kind of the trademark of the city.
Kind of like your trademark.
That's right.
And then number 2, that one is Glasgow Cathedral.
So that's one of the more beautiful sights to see if you're in Glasgow. It's this old cathedral from 1100s or so. Famous, a lot of famous historical figures from the England and Scotland made their way through there. It's a beautiful looking building on the inside and out. You can walk around it, and there's a graveyard nearby. It was kind of a lot of fun going through there, right?
Yeah, and then this is a postcard which shows the front of it, and this is the view from another building right next to it.
That's right.
And that's all the way out here. And then number 3, which is right here, that one is the Glasgow City Chambers.
So Glasgow City Chamber is right there as part of St. George's Square. It's a very cool looking building inside and out. During Christmas time, they have awesome light projections on it. Really makes it look beautiful. And I think that's where the city governs the city from. That's where the administrative offices are.
And then right next to it, it's George Square.
So St. George Square is a beautiful square.
It has a monument in the middle.
A cool monument in the middle. And if you go there during Christmas time, what do you get?
There's some light festivals and stuff, and so Winterfest.
Yeah, they got a lot of kind of cool, scary rides. And if you look close, I think that's kind of like a... This is a view from its Ferris wheel, so you can look above the monument. Oh my god. And is that if you look at that little cone-shaped thing, that's called Helter Skelter, which is, the Beatles have a song about it, and it's a cool slide thing. Apparently it's pretty fast, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a slide.
Yeah, kind of like a slide.
Kind of like something you would doing in the Highlands.
In the Highlands, that's right.
And then after that is Merchant Square.
So Merchant Square is a cool square in Glasgow. A lot of nice squares all throughout Scotland, and so that was a cool one where they have shops nearby and an open area. It's very nice.
And then the next thing is the Kelvingrove Art Gallery.
So that's another beautiful looking building, outside and inside. A lot of cool things to see, a lot of cool artwork to see there. So that was a lot of fun.
And then the last one on here is University of Glasgow main building.
So University of Glasgow is a beautiful looking building, very scenic because it's on a basically on a river. Looks very similar to what you'd see in the Harry Potter movies. And then if you get real closer, you can see some amazing cloisters.
And then after Glasgow, we went on a train to Edinburgh.
So the train was pretty cool, very scenic. Got to see a lot of the green parts of Scotland. It was pretty fast too. I think it was only like 45 minutes maybe to go from one city to the other by train.
Yeah, even though we didn't see the Highlands.
Yeah, I know. Maybe next time. That gives us another reason to go back, right?
And then that's a second city, which is Edinburgh.
So Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. A lot of cool things to see there. Very old medieval type town. A lot of history from the UK took place in Edinburgh.
So the first thing is the Edinburgh Castle.
That's right. The most iconic structure and hill in all of Edinburgh is Edinburgh Castle. It's a cool castle. Very old. I think it also was built around like 1000 or so, or 1100. A lot of cool buildings and a lot of cool things to see up there. There's an old chapel up there. I think it's called St. Mary's Chapel. Is that right?
I don't know. And it has you can see it from really cool viewpoints.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I think sometime on this flat area right here, they would have like a stadium or something.
Yeah, at one point they actually had some kind of sports stadium in front. So that gives you an idea how big that whole area is. So they could put a stadium there.
There are lots of different parts, even on this model.
Yeah, that's right. And so basically, we went inside there and got to go in all the different little buildings in there. It was very cool.
And then after that, the Edinburgh Castle is actually the start of the Royal Mile, and that's between the Edinburgh Castle and Holyrood Palace.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you have the beautiful, historic Edinburgh Castle on one side, and the other you have the amazing
Holyrood House.
Holyrood Palace, yeah, and that's very cool. And guess what?
And then this is the line, that's the Royal Mile, and we are going to go here later, but we're going to start with the Scott Monument.
Scott Monument is a monument. It's a pretty huge monument.
This is off the Royal Mile, but I'm just going to put it in here. But you can see it's a cool monument.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's a very impressive monument. I think it's for Sir Walter Scott. And it's in Princess Gardens, that area.
Princess Street Gardens.
Princess Street Gardens, and they have a big Winterfest going on there too during the Christmassy season.
Yeah, there was another Winterfest there. And then after that is St. Giles Cathedral.
Yeah, St. Giles the interior of St. Giles may be one of the coolest things we saw on our trip. It's very beautiful inside. Again, the cathedral was built in around 1100 or so very old and very beautiful on the inside, and it's still a working church for the Church of Scotland.
And then the other end of the Royal Mile is the Holyrood Palace, also known as the Palace of Holyrood House.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to go in there. That's actually used today. That's the residence of the monarch. So in this case, King Charles III. That's where he goes when he comes to Scotland. That's his home, and that's also the offices for the monarch. And so that's where when he's in Scotland, he does his business there, and his people do their business there. So it was very cool walking around that building, right?
They also have like an old abbey.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh wait, and then just walking around there, a lot of beautiful scenery around there. There's a good, awesome view of Arthur's Seat, which is a cool hill. And they have a pretty darn good cafeteria there, right? That cafe
Cool view.
was some of the best meals we had there. Very
And
tasty.
then this is number 4 here, and then that is the other hotel, Hilton Edinburgh.
Yeah, the Hilton Edinburgh West End. Very nice hotel with a pretty great breakfast every morning. They had the Scottish breakfast with all the fixings like bacon and eggs and toast. And guess what, folks? That's right. Haggis every day if you wanted it. One day they even had vegetarian haggis, so you get to try both regular haggis and vegetarian. So very cool. Oh, and then awesome coffee machines.
And then this is number 5, and that one is the Edinburgh Playhouse.
Edinburgh Playhouse. Yeah, so you're not going to believe this, folks, but while we were in Edinburgh, we got to see the iconic Donny Osmond in his iconic show, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. This time he played the role of Pharaoh.
And then number 6 here, that is Church of the Sacred Heart.
So on Sunday morning, we went to Mass at the Church of the Sacred Heart, which is one of the cooler Catholic churches in Edinburgh. It was very nice inside and out.
And we went there before we went to the Edinburgh Castle, by the way. And then number 7 is this big large thing here, and that's the Calton Hill.
So yeah, you know what? If you really want to get some steps in and really get a workout, climb all the way up.
And you can see a cool view of the whole city of Edinburgh.
Yeah, it's an awesome view. It was kind of windy though, right?
It's just when we were there. It's not that it's always windy.
Yeah, so it's a very beautiful view. They kind of got some nice buildings there too. They got like a kind of a half finished version of the Pantheon there.
Yeah.
Which is
Parthenon.
Cool. Parthenon. Oh, I always get those two mixed up. Parthenon. It was kind of cool to see. So yeah, that was a lot of fun climbing up there.
And then number 8 here on this second part of the map. This is Arthur's Seat.
Yeah, as we said, near Holyrood, if you walk around the Holyrood Palace, you could see the Arthur's Seat in the background, and it's a very prominent fixture within probably 100 miles of Edinburgh. It's a big, tall mountain, and I think it probably takes a while to climb up there, maybe like an hour or so. It's pretty tall.
Yeah, we were scared of going up there.
Yeah.
And then number 9 here, that is the Royal Yacht Britannia.
Yeah, and so that Royal Yacht Britannia is the yacht that Queen Elizabeth II used on all of her many, many journeys around the world during her reign. And so it was pretty exciting to actually walk around in that yacht, and we actually got to have a pretty good meal in there too, which was exciting. So that was a lot of fun.
And this is a model of the Britannia.
And so, looking at it in the pier, it doesn't, you wouldn't think it's so huge, but once you start walking around, it's like, yeah, that's a huge ship. I think it was about 250 soldiers would work on there, and then 50 staff for the Queen at the time. We got to see their living quarters. Very cool.
And then number 10 here, this is another castle. This is Craigmillar Castle.
So Craigmillar Castle was kind of a really interesting experience. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it is strange how there's like no specific area, but it is very cool. It's kind of like, it's more like island castles.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. It was like a free for all because there was still a lot of staircases and structure to it, and they basically just let you walk in there and walk wherever you want, right?
And this is a souvenir guide.
And so we got to walk to the top of that rampart. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm glad we did that. That was very exciting. Very historical too. Mary Queen of Scots lived there for a while.
You want to look at this?
Yeah, there's the layout. So that's the layout on the right. And then if you look on the left, that's kind of what the castle would look like back in the day. So very cool. That was a lot of fun.
And then the last thing that is on this map is on this side, and that's Dean Village.
So Dean Village is a site you have to see if you're in Edinburgh. And it's essentially a cool, quaint village along the river.
Water of Leith.
What was that?
Water of Leith.
Water of Leith River, yeah. It's very cool. It looks very old school. A lot of hills and rivers and monuments along there. Small villages. We actually had a pretty awesome meal at a pub there. A lot of fun. Very pretty, right?
And then we were doing some New Year celebrations at Grassmarket, which is right here, which was right near the Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah, so one of the cool things so Edinburgh is known for their awesome New Year's Eve celebrations. Unfortunately, due to the high winds, they had to cancel most of that. But we still got to get together in Grassmarket Square and talk about the new year, or count down the new year with hundreds or thousands of other people that were there waiting, and bought ourselves some iron brew drink to toast to. It was very exciting.
And this is what it looks like. You can see all the fireworks and such.
Yeah, so even though the official fireworks were canceled, some people were setting off their own fireworks, and it was a pretty impressive display, right?
Yeah. Only if that wind didn't happen, there would be actual hogmanay.
Yeah, apparently it's some of the best fireworks in the world typically, but it was pretty windy, so I can see why they got rid of it. That's right.
So then after that, we left the hotel and we actually took like a Uber or something.
Yeah, so we had the interesting thing in Scotland how their biggest holiday of the year is New Year's Day. And so on New Year's Day, everything is closed in the morning essentially. No trains, no buses, no nothing. So we had to get an Uber from Edinburgh all the way to Glasgow Airport.
And then back to Heathrow and then back home.
And then back home and our trip was over. But overall, I thought it was a lot of fun. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a really cool trip, and you can see Scotland right here.
That's right. And if someone wants to say what was the coolest thing that we saw there, it's hard to say because it was all pretty cool, right?
And this is a really cool map. And there you go. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.